if I were a cop, I would pull that guy over in that white SUV. I'd pull him over because the windows, they're tinted too dark. Like, why are they so dark? Like, what do you have to hide? What you doing in there, buddy? What are you doing in there? Anyways, okay, guys, so check this out. So we got a humdinger of a story, sad story, very sad story with a precautionary tale, and that precautionary tale is don't date guys that date your sister, especially if these guys have some form or another of jealousy issues, because things are going to ultimately end very, very badly. So this poor girl right here, this is Ashanti Downey. At the time that this picture was taken, she was 20 years of age, and she is based out of Sanford, North Carolina. So Ashanti is, at the time, she's dating 23-year-old Jamie Griffin. Now, she knows Jamie Griffin fairly well. As a matter of fact, even before she started dating him, she knew him pretty well, because this guy used to date her sister. Her sister's name is Beyonce. So parents right here naming their kids after very famous R&B singers. I could understand, because there is actually quite a few people out there named Ashanti. But for somebody to name their kid Beyonce, I think that's very strange. I think there are certain names that celebrities have that should be off limits for when your kids are named them, because everyone's just going to think of Beyonce. It's kind of strange. Anyways, going back to the subject at hand. So Ashanti's walking down a highway, kind of like a deserted highway. She's on her way to the store. And I'm guessing, because there's not a whole lot of information in the story, so it's looking like possibly Ashanti dumped this Jamie character, right? And for whatever reason, she dumped him. And now Jamie has a kid with her sister, Beyonce. They might even have 2 kids. I'm not sure, because different articles say different things, but there is definitely a child involved in this story. So it's also not clear when Ashanti and Jamie started dating. Like, did they start dating while Jamie was with this Beyonce character, or did they break up? It's not really clear if she started messing around with him while he was already with the sister. But ladies, if you do mess with a guy that already has a girlfriend and he's messing around, cheating on the girlfriend or cheating on the wife with you, don't think that this guy is going to be marriage material or anything like that, because it's not gonna work out for you. So she's walking down the street. So Jamie, he feels slighted for some unknown reason that she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. So the only way that this guy can get revenge on her is to pour gasoline all over her and set her on fire. And that's exactly what he did. He burned her alive. Now, she suffered 3rd-degree burns over 70% of her body, mostly on the right side of her body. So she is set on fire. She's taken to the hospital in critical condition. She almost died. Thankfully, she pulled out. She made it okay, but now she is going to be in for massive amounts of surgeries, very, very painful physical therapy for quite a number of years. So I do wish her all the best in terms of her recovery. And there is a GoFundMe set aside for her and the family, because now the mother of this girl has to take off of work. So now she can't work, because now she has to take care of her daughter, because her daughter's going to be going through some very painful skin grafts. So eventually this Jamie character, so eventually he's arrested, right? He's arrested, and so he's charged with attempted murder and assault on a female. So he's sitting in the county jail over in North Carolina in lieu of $1 million bail. Now, also in this case, another person was arrested in this matter, and that would be, well, this woman right here. She is the mother of Jamie Griffin, and she was arrested and charged with aiding and abetting after the fact. So this woman right here, LaTanya Murchison, she was arrested because, well, so she helped her son try to escape the police. So this very, very weird, very strange woman knew that her son horribly disfigured this woman, disfigured her, set her on fire. And yet she said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and help my son escape. And she also, from what I heard, I don't know if this, it doesn't make sense in the article, but also she tried to destroy evidence pertaining to the case. Like she tried to obtain Ashanti's clothes, possibly from the hospital, so she could throw them away. So she's sitting currently in jail right now. I don't understand, guys. If your son or daughter does something wrong, I could understand that you would want to help them escape the law. For instance, if your son robbed a bank and the FBI, they're looking for him now, I can say, you know, if they come to your house and your son's hiding in the basement, I can see Dan, you're like, I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. Okay, I understand that. I think it's still wrong, but I understand it. But if you're telling me that your son set a woman on fire, almost killed her, and you're helping him escape, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you gotta go to jail. As a matter of fact, you gotta go to prison. As a matter of fact, you know, this whole thing, well, because this is like the second story I've heard in the last month or two of guys setting girls on fire that reject their hand, so to speak. I don't understand, you know, when you have all these cases of guys throwing acid on women, horribly, you know, killing women, you know, that should be a hate crime in itself. I don't know why this isn't a hate crime, and I don't know why it's not possible that there should be a law where if you try to disfigure or maim somebody, that should be a separate charge in itself. Now, I know in California they have a law, it's called mayhem. So if somebody's charged with mayhem, it's usually, that means that they did something really bad, like maybe they took a baseball bat and broke somebody's legs or something like that. But there really, really, really needs to be something, like I almost want to say something federal, where if people are doing things like this, that they get charged federally with some kind of a hate crime. Because to me, it's a hate crime against women. Let me tell you something about hate crimes. So if you're telling me that it's a hate crime to punch a gay guy in the face, then why is it not a hate crime to light a woman on fire and horribly disfigure her for the rest of her life? Well, how is that not a hate crime? I don't get it. I don't understand. So anyways, guys like that never, ever, ever, ever need to be let out of prison ever again. See, there's a special place in hell for guys like that, and hopefully the police or the prosecutor in this case, they stick it to this guy because he felt slighted. He wants to go ahead and cause a reprehensible, did I say that word right? A reprehensible damage and destruction to her. I need to practice with that word. All right, guys. Anyways, I gotta go. I'll catch up with you on the next video. Peace out.